Okay. Usually you hear my voice. I thought maybe you'd like to hear from Jim today.
So hey, I'm here now. It's already into almost, it's the last week of September, and it's hard to believe.
2024.
2024, this project is making progress, and we're kind of like in the home stretch of trying to be able to move in. It's not going to be completely done before we move in.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the home stretch right now.
You know, we've had some major surprises, like finding out that the foundation had some major issues. We had to replace a bunch of it, and put new footings in, and that's Travis Stolt.
A five-month delay.
5-month delay and 10 grand that we weren't expecting, and then finally we were able to I got all the carpentry stuff done so that the plumber could come in. We moved a few walls and changed a few things and put backing in for sheetrock and
thank God for Alan.
Yeah, and Alan came and did the plumbing, did a phenomenal job.
And John.
And did that all in 10 days, and John helped. John came earlier than that and did a ton of work in the attic and in the foundation and stuff. You saw videos of him. Hopefully you got to see those. And now we've got Rodney in here, who's a master electrician, who is wiring up the panel. My friend Chris and I pulled all the wire and all the.
What does that mean, to pull wire?
That means for every circuit, a circuit is a loop of wire that goes to a bunch of either receptacles where you plug in plugs, or lights, or like utilities like a dryer or a range or something. Everyone has its own wire, and the range and the dryer and the water heater they use 220 volt power instead of 110 volt power, so they get real thick wires to go for them. And so we got like 30 different circuits for all the various purposes of the house, including a separate one for what do you call the?
There's light switches and plugs.
Right, the refrigerator gets its own one, the disposal gets its own one, the dryer, anyway, so.
We had to put in a new panel.
So Chris was working underneath the house and pushing wires up to me through holes, and then he was getting in the attic, and I was feeding wires to him, and he was feeding wires to me.
And why are you not under the house or up in the attic?
Because my health issues, I'm not supposed to be under the house or in the attic unless it's just briefly. So.
That was a surprise too.
So now the electrician's ready to kind of wire it all together, and then Chris and I'll put plugs and lights on.
So did you think you were going to be able to accomplish this house?
Yeah, I was kind of unsure at times. Like, I just did plastering. I've never done plastering in my life. This is a lath and plaster wall house for about 2/3 of it. So the new part's not. And so today I learned how to mix plaster, and found out it sets up really quick, and you got to be really fast and don't mix too much at once. And I patched a whole bunch of holes so that Brook can paint in the kitchen, and we could put up a couple cabinets. So it's a lot easier for the drywall guy to get in and do the ceiling, because it's getting stuff out of his way. So I'm learning how to do new stuff, trying new stuff, and that's fun.
Well, that brings us about up to date. So real quick, if you could go back 4 years, would you do this again?
Probably emotionally, I wouldn't want to do it if I knew all the pain and suffering there was going to be involved, the delays and the money and stuff. But I've really actually enjoyed the project. Mm-hmm. I've also enjoyed just feeling that I can do this kind of stuff, and I enjoy it. I grew up in a family where my dad was the builder contractor and my mom was the librarian, kind of the intellectual one. They were both very intelligent people, so I kind of grew up having two hands: the left hand doing the construction, the right hand doing the pastoring and the intellectual stuff and the studying in the college and stuff. But I find that I like both. I'm kind of like, I got 2 channels, 2 tracks. I like doing them both, and this has been fun.
This has been a good segue into the community.
It has. It's really been good, because I can relate to people, blue collar guys that work, do carpentry and plumbing and electrical like me, and I can relate to people that do pastoring and teaching and banking and stuff like that a little bit.
Well, we'll have to catch you for another interview. So, this is one of my longest videos.
Thank you for watching.